Before we start, yes, I got a haircut. And now on to the video. This is the second time I'm talking about Madonna on this channel. It's later career Madonna. This is her 2008 album, Hard Candy. And without further ado, let's start. So the album starts off with some drumming, which leads into the song Candy Shop. Candy Shop's a good song. I like that song. Next is the big hit, 4 Minutes, featuring Justin Timberlake and Timbaland. With the do, I'm out of time, all I got is 4 minutes, wiki 4 minutes, yeah! That song was it was featured during the end credits of the 2008 movie Get Smart. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this album came out in 2008. So, yeah, I don't like Justin Timberlake that much. He's an industry plant. I didn't know about him until like 2015 or 2016 when he did the Trolls movie and that Can't Stop the Feeling song was everywhere. So, yeah. Next is Give It To Me, which is a very pretty song. That's one of my favorites on the album. Next is Heartbeat. That song's good. It sounds like she's singing over like a 80s Nintendo chiptune thing. And then next is Miles Away, which has some acoustic guitar on it. And it sounds like... I think she actually played acoustic guitar on that song during the tour. Next is She's Not Me. It's got some smooth... I'm not a fan of this one. It's got some synth bass on it. And it also has some funky rhythm guitars. And Madonna declares, "She's not me." Na, 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 na. Next is Incredible, which has some piano to it and some synths. And during the bridge portion, she's singing over some rock guitars. Next is Beat Goes On, which has some like... I like most of Incredible. It's just some parts I can't stand. Like when the key changes and she's singing out of key, for example. Incredible. But yeah, Beat Goes On has some xylophone or whatever. It's got some good percussion. And I'm not a fan of this. But it has another featured artist. This time, one of my all-time favorite rappers. I know it's controversial to say nowadays, seeing how far he's gone, but Kanye West. I like Ye's verse on it. Kanye delivered. This was 808s and Heartbreak era, I think. This was after Graduation. But yeah, Kanye ate on that verse. And the chorus, get down, beep, beep, gotta get up off your seat. Get down, beep, beep. On and on. Next is Dance Tonight, which has some more, supposed to have some like groovy bass guitar work. I'm not a fan. Next is Spanish Lesson, which whoever played the guitar on that sounded like they were trying to be Eddie Van Halen on an acoustic guitar. And yeah. And Madonna does not know Spanish because nothing she says on there is accurate. Next is Devil Wouldn't Recognize You. It starts off with some Wurlitzer and then it goes into some EDM garbage. And it ends with some... And it's got some acoustic guitar layered, sampled throughout. And it ends with a little acoustic guitar riff, which I find kind of cool. I'm not a fan of the song, though. That's The Devil Wouldn't Recognize You. And the album ends with a very haunting, very pretty song. Voices. It's got some strings and some chorus. And it's just a joy to listen to. But yeah... She promoted this album with the Hard Candy Tour. I'm sorry, not the Sticky and Sweet Tour, which was the highest grossing world concert tour of a female artist until Madonna. And until Taylor Swift and Beyonce would dethrone her 3 years ago in 2023. And I think Lady Gaga is trying to do the same thing with her Mayhem Ball. So yeah, this has been dethroned by the Eras Tour, Renaissance Tour, and the Mayhem Ball, all by inferior pop girlies. And when this dropped, I don't remember it being played anywhere, any of the songs, radio playing anything at like the roller skating rink, ice skating rink, or bowling alley. I never heard it. I'm so glad that this wasn't played to death, because this came out in a time where there was prime Lady Gaga, prime Katy Perry, prime Taylor Swift, prime Rihanna, prime Beyonce, and prime Disney-era Miley Cyrus. Even prime Kesha. A bunch of inferior pop girlies dethroned the queen here. They never gave Madge her due after the 90s. And also, another thing about this album is that her voice is layered with auto-tune and pitch correction throughout. You can hear it on all the songs. She's been doing this since the Ray of Light era. And this album came out 3 years after her previous album, Confessions on a Dance Floor. I might review that one later. After this, her two subsequent releases, MDNA and Rebel Heart, I own the latter, and I might review that one day, are just EDM. This is more pop and R&B. And another thing, her singing in Spanish worked one time back in the 80s during on La Isla Bonita, but Spanish lesson is not that clever. And her last album that dropped like 7 years ago, Madam X, which I also have and might review for another day. She does more of the foreign language thing. She sings in not just Spanish, but also Portuguese. Probably because she lived in Lisbon at the time. And what is this that she's wearing on the front cover? Also, I forgot to mention on the She's Not Me song, the line about making him breakfast and loving him in the shower just comes off as cringe. Yeah, you have this 40-year-old woman who's like the best in her industry. Like, I can't name any other pop girly that's better than Madonna Louise Ciccone. You can't name one, because they're all inferior. They may be influenced by her, but they all suck. There's but one queen. In fact, I have a few other of her projects on vinyl, CD, and tape that I might review. But yeah. But yeah, she's like one of my favorite artists. So yeah, Madonna, Hard Candy Forever. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.